Okay, so today's mid lane matchup should be Ekko. Let's find out.
By force of will.
Teams are, I'd say, fairly 50-50. Match can go either direction. Let's find out. Shouldn't repeat myself.
More. I can be so much more. People fear
Okay.
they cannot understand.
No MR. Flat AP. Alright. So, when fighting mid lane Ekko, two things to keep in mind is don't freeze on his turret and don't overextend in your lane because he loves catching people out because he is an assassin. The other thing you'll probably notice, it's actually number 3, is that Ekko has incredibly safe and easy farming. He pushes one button and the wave goes away. There's not much you can do about that. So, depending on the Ekko's behavior, they may try to shove you to your turret level 1 or not. This one isn't. He wants me to push onto his turret because he's being very passive. But the second he throws out his Q, he's pushing towards me. For the most part, Ekko wins pretty much any early damage trading you want to do. You can poke him and just don't commit to anything. But levels 1 to 3, you're not really going to get super impressive results. He also does that a lot. You can catch him if you're faster. I wasn't there. But for the most part, especially because Syndra's damage is not super intimidating until level 4-ish. Sit around farm, keep the wave, frozen front turret as much as you can. I'm actually getting early game from Kha'Zix here, looks like. But he bailed out. Yeah, that was awkward. He left right as I landed the stun combo, so I didn't have anything to really follow up with. Steps around farm, I'm not pushing him down. He throws out his Q, starts pushing me again. Landing free damage when you can is nice, a lot of Ekko players like trying to trap you like that. But being an assassin, he's always losing. He has to do risky plays to be relevant, whereas you can scale over time. Having teleport, you can go back whenever he wants and come into lane. Usually if you do any early harass or aggro against him. That's unfortunate. Please find your out. If you do an early harass or aggro against him when he's got teleport, you blow all your mana, you're down your mana, he pops his 3 corrupting potions if he's got on that build or whatever, and you end up just like, you're out of mana, he TP's in the lane, you're still down. So, over aggro against him is kind of useless in a way. It's worth getting free damage in when you can, but don't like break your mana base until you've done your first buy or two. Because Syndra has large mana costs associated how she works with, whereas most everyone else can do killing rotations in 1 to 200 mana.
Let them try to stop me.
For those of you at home who prefer conventional builds, you can go Lost Chapter, Double Dorans, and Lost Chapter, whatever. I'm in the process of testing a new, more interesting build for me. The tier build I'm running here is lower on AP damage, but it handles all her mana up until she finishes the Archangel's part of it. He did not go Negatron Cloak or anything really defensive based, so he actually is squishy. Like, kill combos are possible against him. If you're fighting Ekko who goes Negatron or Catalyst or whatever, killing him is exponentially more difficult. And Syndra fundamentally loses to MR defensive Russian lane. There's just no way her combo can beat it. Wave is stacking on me. I'm carefully hazing the minions, so it's still pushing towards me, but it's not really like super problematic. Yeah, he messed up. I got a lot of free damage in with that tower shots. I do not think I'll beat him to 6 because of the kill. Yeah, all that experience he got. If we were still equal farm, I might be able to do the 6 race, but still, he'll heal up. Free tower shot. He's trying a lot to get his skill power up on me. I just have a good time. I'm gonna go back and reset really quick with my boots and dark seal and some pots, just for more general lane sustain, and then I'm gonna coast on my gold up into large rod. If you're doing Morello's build, you would actually be on Lost Chapter End Am10 or so at this point. Maybe even Fiendish Codex, depending. I see it live on TV, he just drops the Q, drops it again. Makes Viktor cry because Viktor wishes he could do this before X score. There's not much you can do about it. You can snipe damage in when he's doing minion wave or whatever, but until that point, you just farm. Just farm, don't let CS. Try to keep side wards up if you can, but don't twitch stuff too much. Red warding the island brush, side warding, things like that. Because you're not going to be able to really go toe-to-toe with Ekko out in the water if you don't know what he's doing, because he's an ambush assassin, he loves doing that. This one went to Revolver, so he's still going the damage route, he's not going defensive, so I can still kill him if combo sets up. There are two ways to kill Ekko. The first is you stun him before you can ult and blow him up during the stun. It's typically pretty hard to do that. The second one is you let him ult away, and then you follow up with the stun, or Syndra ultimate. But as soon as he gets any AP, he just does this 1, 2 Qs, leaves, rooms, all he does. Only thing he does. So, wave clear, side wards, watch junglers, look where he can gank, TP bottom. Can't really control teleports like that, so. At least in middle, half HP. It's actually very killable. I didn't need to exhaust him, probably, most likely, but I'm just doing it to make sure I get the kill if he tries to get away or whatever. Because having that kill actually just blocked me forward a little bit.
Never falter.
Children. And Varus gets it. Good job, everyone. You'll find when you're fighting Ekko and other assassins in mid lane that most of them these days have tools so that they wave clear and they just ignore mid laner. They just roam constantly, they don't actually do anything that involves laning, except like it's AFK farming. So, side wards, I'm going to mention this a lot, side wards, lane wards, whatever, knowing where they're at, where they're going to potentially be going so you can shadow them. If you choose not to shadow them because either A, it's too dangerous, or B, you can't, in the case he teleported down there, your next goal is to roam across the map and gank an air lane if it's possible. If roaming ganks on the air side of the map is not possible, because you can't follow up the assassin's roam, you will be taking their mid-turret. So always be doing something. Like, just sitting and waiting for CS is like the worst thing you can do. It's the lowest form of like advantage gain possible. So your options are ward your sides, follow the assassins if it is safe for you to do so and you're not going to suicide. Alternatively, roam to their side of the map, do gameplay over there if possible, and then if none of that's possible, take their turret. Again, he's very squishy. If I actually had like more than 5 seconds to do damage to him, I could probably threaten him out of the lane. So deep warding lane like this, very useful to finding their directions they're going in. It's either going to go top, bottom, or middle.
A whole world to toy with.
No, Negatron means I do a lot of damage to him right now. Of course, Fierce never gets kills. I might use on cooldown. That's unfortunate. The 5th sphere expired. So that was potentially pretty heavy winning plays, but we all messed up right there. Although, to be frank, my E has Syndra's E has a wind-up animation, so even if it did come up cooldown, at least it would still kill me before I could actually do anything, because it's slow. Switch over to Sork Shoes. Well, you'll see that even with just standard abilities on this build, he got chunked massively because he's not going defensive. He's all damage. Walking into his ult. I wasn't really expecting an ult on top of me like that, so I could have flashed out the damage to would have done a lot better. A couple of things I can think about. Good job, Darius.
People fear what they cannot understand.
Delaying his recall. I'm not really intending to catch him there. He just stops with recall, so that means he's either stuck in lane with me or he's got to do something pricey. Delaying mid lane recalls like that can screw their builds because he has advantage right now in his gold, but he hasn't spent it, so it doesn't matter.
By force of will.
Potion break is nice in this build. Delaying his recall. So now he's gonna lose him anyway and potentially HP on his turret if he doesn't TP back in. Or he stays like that and his gold advantage doesn't do anything for him. Can't really go bottom, no one's there. Nothing to do top. Dragon's gone. Sit around mid and wait. Goodbye. Super dead because Lee Sin does incredible amounts of damage this early in the game. I also messed up my stun. I was figuring he was going to RB left or center, and center for kill would be the most optimal way for him to get out. Oh, happened. He's also got a Hex Ringer, so killing him's not really something I can do. Ocean Drake though. Awkward. She was very greedy for that kill. Not going around this brush because Viktor's gonna try and hit me off. He'd kill me right there. Not having my ultimate's a bit of a deal changer. Unfortunately, going down to bottom helping them get rid of our turret. So they got first turret blood. So my turret's down. Can't really do much because it's very risky. Get flanked and killed. Lee Sin should be around here. Yep, there he is. You might have actually gotten away without having to do anything there. Gank killed.
Easily.
At this point, laning phase is pretty much done. It's just all team fight from here on out. But you'll notice that through the laning phase, it's pretty much a farm, watch where he's going, interfere, follow, or get the turret. I did a lot of follow in this match. I didn't really do much of the turret taking. And that's pretty much laning phase against Ekko in a nutshell. There's not a lot of interactivity you can do with them unless you're like a DPS user like Cassiopeia who can do a lot of damage, or a constant stun sniper like Xerath or Ziggs. I kind of hesitate to use him though. Ziggs is early game damage, is kind of janky.
People fear what they cannot understand.
Gotcha. Sniped him with the W. There's a neat trick right there that it's not really immediately evident, but I actually threw the W beyond its max range. So fun fact, when you throw Syndra's W spheres, or launch them with her E, if they would land 50% of the way into the terrain, or more, like Flash, they will instead continue to finish on the other side. Again, like Flash. So you end up managing to do range extensions. If you watch right here a little bit, this is much farther than it should be. Zoom all the way. The stuns in particular, the enemy has to be touching the wall to be hit by them. They don't actually have a very large hitbox. The W, however, has a very large hitbox and can actually catch people, as I did with the AD carry right there, who proceeded to get very mad. Managed to save Cosmos and everything's lost. The situation is deteriorating rapidly a lot, Robert.
I am in control.
The enemy has actually stacked MR across their team. I probably should have built Void Staff second instead of Morello's, but that's fine. As a whole, the team was put behind pretty significantly to the point that it wouldn't really matter.
Focus. More. I can do so much more.
Okay, good plays. Game-winning plays, folks. Let's see what happens. Oh, I lose now. Scuttle into the Baron Pits, your team clears it. Boop. Free Scuttle Crab for you. I mention this a lot, but I don't really show it, but staying in auto attack range with the Baron is actually not that great for Syndra. Her damage on her auto attacks is like laughable. Good pull, good pull. Good winning pull. So if the enemy's not flanking you from behind at all, you can actually sit in here in the main river, QW, back off, go in, QW. And you save a lot of HP doing that. So it's really useful if you're doing a risky Baron. But it does show you to a lot of wards and a bunch of other things, so you gotta be very confident the enemy can't abuse you when you do it. So enemy team got caught out, slashed through a little bit. Missed. Very far back. I don't have exhaust release, so dying him is an actual concern. Because he's full damage build. Okay, he's in the front right area. Glad I got that one on video. The illustrious fourth sphere ultimate taking a kill. Almost never happens. Ah, I walked into that. Flashes and blinks everywhere. One of the things, he actually turned, he would have killed me because I had nothing on off cooldown to do anything to him when he flashed my W. Let me show you how much damage I can do. Elevated carries you play chicken and Syndra, they always lose. You're not supposed to play chicken and Syndra. Void Staff, because for all of Syndra's damage calculations, Void is better than Death Cap for her. Death Cap is really good if you're fighting someone with less than 40 or 50 MR. That's the only time Death Cap is the same or better than Void Staff. In all other instances, Void Staff is better. It's also cheaper, which is a very important consideration. It's very easy finishing Void Staff compared to Death Cap. Kylie. Void Staff beats Mordius. Game-winning plays, folks. Game-winning plays. I did that sometimes. I actually missed my QE, and it's just neat. It's very awkward looking. Oh, all the melee mains actually die. Weird, why is it shooting me? It should be. Oh, the melees are dead. Oh, yes, I totally just denied Darius with an ultimate. Feels good. Wait for the riposte on Fiora, because if you blow your E on her riposte, you lose. Straight up. Game winning plays. Oh, it's quite a turnaround. We can at the very least get that turret. Goodbye. This is scaring away. Oh, right. Next to the turret, the knockback doesn't work. Forgot about that. Awkward. Yeah, if I actually flashed away from Ekko and killed him, we would have won right there, but I messed up. I was like, oh right, I can't actually E him past the turret because the knockback stopped working. So, fun fact, Syndra's E by itself, the knockback, it doesn't have a stun component attached to it like pretty much any other knockback in the game. The second the knockback ends, like by hitting terrain or whatever, the enemy is immediately freed of the effect. So in that case, point blank Ekko on the turret with Syndra right there, E him into the turret, I'm still in the E animation when he gets free, so you don't run into it very often because E-ing people into terrain is actually really bad on Syndra. So, top's pushed in. All their turrets are really weak. We can actually force that. Oh, what's going on here?
My potential is limitless.
Right. Zonya's this. I didn't remember he had Zonya, so that's my fault. Big mistake. Game losing right there, actually. Game losing play. League of Throws. Mid inhibitor, probably. I doubt they're going to finish. Just Fiora went back. Yeah. So, literally, that entire play was my fault because I already had Zonya's. That wasn't worth flashing because I missed my stun. If I had stunned him, I could kill him through it and he wouldn't have Zonya's. Okay, they're going for it. Oh well, we lost. League of Throws. That's how you lose the game, folks. Flash onto Zonya's target.